He got baptized by a streetcar. Alright, so today we are taking the transmission out of the Nova, and one of my local buddies here in Pataskala is going to take it and put it in his 240. It's an LS swap 240. Should be a fast little street race car. So we're going to pass it on to him, and we're going to take the money from selling that transmission to buy Tommy a new block for his truck. We're getting ready to get it back from the body shop, and we need to get the engine together for it soon. So selling that transmission is going to help us be able to afford a new block for Tommy's truck and get it going. Nice little 8-inch inverter for sale. It's good for about a 350 cubic inch naturally aspirated engine. It's very loose for anything over 500 or 600 horse, but it'd be a good little street converter.
I think Dad said 500 bucks.
Yeah, 500 bucks. Pretty good. Yeah. So what are we doing?
Well, Tommy found another freaking Camaro.
Camaro?
He's sitting in school this morning, and he sends me a message about this freaking 84 Camaro for sale. Good price on it, nice car. So, I messaged you. Huh?
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know.
You don't know if the car's here? Idiot.
They said it's in that garage.
They didn't say that.
They said it's in a garage out here in St. Clairsville. We're here.
Okay.
When that guy gets home, he'll probably open the garage.
So he's not home.
No.
Why'd you let me get out of the car if they're not home?
Because you're dumb.
Sorry, we were a little early.
That's okay. That's okay.
2010.
It sat in the garage from 2012 because he hit a deer.
Oh.
And we didn't.
There's the deer hit there, so.
Yeah.
And he only had what, liability on it? Is that?
Yeah, I didn't know.
So we never got it fixed, and it just sat. And our good car was sitting out in the weather all that time, and this one was in here. So.
What's up, guys? So if you were watching yesterday, we went and picked up this 1984 Z28 Camaro. You know, we found it on a good deal. My brother found it, actually. He was sitting in class at school, and he found it, and he messaged me and Dad and said, hey, this looks like a pretty good deal. So we went and picked it up, and come to find out, it had been parked in this garage for about 8 years. Kid's dad bought it for him for high school, and he drove it all through high school, took it to car shows. It was just brand new, fresh paint on it. He put some, you know, stereo system in it and stuff. Didn't really mess with it as far as, you know, the engine or transmission or anything, but kept it all original. Air conditioning, everything still on it. Everything still works. Everything is immaculate inside. It's really a nice car. He parked it. He hit a deer with it 2 days before he was going off to college. So the car sat in his dad's garage for, I believe, 8 years after that. But now it's time. We went and got the thing. They finally decided to let go of it. They were tired of parking the new cars outside. We came and got it from him. Luckily, we were the first ones to contact him, and we came and got it. The goal with this deal is to fix it up and enjoy it for a little while, use it, you know, daily it. I want to fix the fender, fix the paint on the front, fix some little things. The wiper switch quit working, you know, little things here and there that, you know, just bring this thing back to its glory, I guess. We really enjoy, you know, just finding cars and driving them and fixing them up a little bit. And I think this car's, you know, it's got a lot of potential. It's a nice little daily driver, nice little street car. It's 100% clean underneath. There is zero rust underneath this car. Everything works great. It drives like it's brand new. So yeah, I think we're gonna fix it up a little bit and drive it for a little while, use it, you know, put it in the videos, and maybe somewhere down the line we'll get rid of it. But for now, we're just gonna fix it up and enjoy it and drive it around. So today we're gonna take my valves to the machine shop. They're gonna finish up my heads. They're gonna assemble them, and then we're headed to Zanesville to see Eric Mans and Boston George. They're getting that car back together. It should be running today. So on that car, they've done a ton of work to it lately. I don't know what all they've done, but I've heard some things. I know it's gonna be lighter this year, and I think he's switching to methanol as well. Some really nice stuff, really nice parts put into that car this winter. So we're gonna go over there and talk to them, and we're gonna go to the machine shop and hopefully pick up my heads. AJ should be the one talking show.
We'll let AJ do this part. He never gets on videos.
Yeah, come on.
You can do the interview.
Show everybody what you've done. So last year we were on E85, right?
Yeah, we dabbled into C16 here and there because I was having fueling issues, which come to find out was a very, very simple fix. It was nothing to do with anything I thought it was. But yeah, for the majority of the part, just pump E85, and it was awesome. And this year we converted to methanol to save weight. No intercooler. A lot of people were doing it. There's a big tuning window. There is more maintenance, but You know, it should be safer, should make more power. Not, you know, not an insane amount of nothing, but it should overall help the car. But every line, every fuel line, the pump, it's a mechanical pump instead of an electric pump, a cable driven. We still kept the rear fuel cell, which kind of made it a pain. We could have just done a fuel cell up here, but to me, I felt like it would have defeated the purpose of losing the intercooler. But cable drive, yeah, the intake is the same model. We just got one. We got it from 417 Motorsports. He got me a good deal, and they do awesome work over there. The wiring is the biggest thing, and that's what we're finishing right now. It's what this master over here is doing. He decided to surprise me one day and say, "Hey, I've ripped," and we know that the wiring has been needed done for a long time, but you know, I ripped every last piece of wiring out of it. I thought he was kidding, and he was not.
I'm gonna have to dub in a picture of the way it used to be.
I have a picture.
I got some. I got videos.
That's terrifying.
Perfect. When you
Me
go.
walking, looking through it, going, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, I promise you there was 5 pounds zip tied to that cage over there of stock wiring.
Yeah.
There literally was all that stock wiring.
Yeah,
Remember I just zip tied it to the cage.
and we only needed 3 wires to get to the back of the car.
Yeah. It had the stock wiring, obviously, from when I didn't have the car. Then it had an MS3 Pro in it when I bought it. You know, it was hooked up.
EGT monitor.
Yeah, it was hooked up basic. You know, all the stock wiring wasn't ripped out then redone. It was, you know, they left that stuff. Well, then we got, if you guys ever watch me or any of the videos of the car, we like to rush a lot. Not as much now. But then I got the Holly, because remember I was trying to make KD at the time, and no, I didn't make it. But I wanted to race the following weekend to, what was that? That was Street Car Reunion.
Yeah.
And so we get the Holly, and we had the Holly hooked up in like an hour, you know, hour and a half. So that clearly wasn't done. I mean, it was done right, but it wasn't pretty as a rat's nest.
So you're trying to make it to another race right now, though, right?
Yeah, look at this thing. So you see how far apart it is, and in a little over a week, we'll be sitting in the winner's circle at Leakesville North versus South race. It's a 64 car race. It's what we typically do. It's a backwards ordeal. We start at the big end and come back. They all claim it's the slickest surface in the world, but that's what we like to do. So same motor, same trans. You know, obviously.
You got some new doors, huh?
Yeah, that hurt. But we had to redo a lot of this stuff to make, you know, just to make it fit. So it's all the same. It just, you know, slightly modified. We still have a lot more to do. The big thing this year is we'll have all the sensors that I want working. You know, I shouldn't have any mid-year big upgrades. Like last year, you know, the car was done, but throughout the year we did a lot of upgrades. We did, you know, tore the whole rear end out, redid the rear end, we redid a lot of different stuff and a lot of upgrades, and most of that should be done. So I should be able to enjoy it and just focus on winning, hopefully. Can't miss that. Beautiful
got
wheels.
some nice wheels.
Throwback.
1320 wheels hooked you up there, right?
Throwback. Caro with 1320 wheels. Look at this.
Man, that's
the first one that came out of it. It is. That's the one that was in it. That and my shifter. This thing is just so sentimental to AJ.
I keep saving it from the scrap
He
pile.
does. You know, he gets emotional when
Really?
you know, he can't.
Yeah, I saved it. I got real emotional. I actually just didn't feel like throwing it in the back of a dump truck, so.
You win that first one, that'll fund it all.
And then your first win is going to go all to AJ.
Every bit of it.
10% on everyone after, too.
I actually, another big upgrade this year, at the end of last year, we won we didn't win. We split and got a lot of money in the North Carolina race and big.
Yeah. That always helps.
It did. It helped a bunch for the winner because, you know, you're not, I hate to say that I don't count, I guess, racing as like an income, but when you win a lot, sometimes it's, you know, it's nice. But we got an enclosed trailer.
Nice.
So that'll be a big help. Hopefully I don't have to use, you know, all the tools out of it and stuff. That's what makes it nice. Hope I don't have to work on it. But it's still nice. Every time I went to North Carolina, you get to the top of the mountains and stuff, and the rain, the snow, and stuff like that.
Feel that.
That, or even almost lower for that. I don't know.
I actually wanted to, like, knock this edge off of it.
I don't know. I kind of like it like that. But it sticks up like that. It looks a little weird. I don't know.
Oh.
Okay. All right. We'll let Billy vote.
Whatever.
So clearly
the
that
pole.
sticks up out of the hood and it's at a weird angle, right?
Yeah.
I, for whatever reason, really like it. AJ, on the other hand, is
I want
this.
to flush cut it with the
Yeah, he wants everything has to be perfect for him, you know. So he wants to flush cut it with the hood. What's your thoughts, Billy? What do you think would look better?
Well, it might be hard when you do your hood slides if you don't flush cut it. You're gonna do hood slides this year, right? When you win, you jump out and hood slide.
You guys like
Now that I basically weigh 100 pounds, yeah.
Yeah. So you should probably flush cut it for the hood slides.
These are like these high dollar expensive ones, I guess. I don't know. Our old buddy Hildebrand sold us car over the winter, so of course I got everything I possibly could from him. I don't know if I like that.
At least it's going to a good cause.
Yeah, stole his lead, got his, not smart core wires, got the harness from it. Everything I could. Bought his enclosed. But I don't foresee him being out too long. I think he'll like it if he misses it too much. I'm gonna let him drive I'm gonna let a few people drive this thing this year once or twice. I think it'll be fun. Just to tune it and try to win.
Just to sit back and really
Yeah,
observe.
yeah, and you know, I'll be the one to take the videos of the tires and look at the data. And
You learn a little bit more about the car.
yeah, and I can just focus. You know, the thing that sucks for me, and it sucks for every racer because not like super, you know, it ain't like you're famous or nothing, but you go to some of these races, some of these people who follow you all the time, they go to these little races and stuff, well, they want to talk and stuff, and that's fine. But they come right after a pass, and I don't mind talking, but when I'm going over my data and putting the tune in the car, it's dude, I just need I'm not good at it. Like I need to focus solely on it. Just
I'm the same way. I can't.
You know,
I can't think about two things at once.
and I want to be nice and stuff, and I can, but like this is something that I can think about two things, but this is something that has 10, 20 grand on the line. Like I don't want to think about two things. you know, so I don't know. That's, and I get kind of mad quick sometimes, so I want to work on that, but
I didn't want it.
I literally truly feel like we lost 3 to 5 pounds in wiring. That's no exaggeration, Barry.
I cut 3 pounds of wiring out of the factory poly harness.
Dude, this thing's just gonna wheel you everywhere.
I got the camera out here. I'm Rich.
Billy.
Billy?
What's going on?
How you doing? I'm Rich. What's up, Tommy? How's it going, bud?
Good.
Put it on with these. Is there any seals or anything I need to?
It's cool just to own that much history.
The transmission's won a bunch of races. I mean, a bunch of races.
Yeah, it's paid for itself 20 times.
You're a good dog.
Yeah, I give kisses.
You better stop or I'm going to take you home. At least got to buy me dinner first. I will say this is probably the hardest thing about working in a small garage is you have to move 30 things to work on your one thing.
Yeah. How fast does this thing go? You say it went 90?
It went fast at one point. If you start at the top of the hill and you full throttle from the top and get to 4th gear by at least that red truck, you'll probably end up doing about 70 by that stop sign, and then you've got to lock the brakes up and go into that guy's driveway and then turn back around.
I want to see it.
This is all you. You're riding it today.
Oh boy.
We're getting you on it.
Thing's gonna get me killed.
Told you this thing's a blast.
That is fun.
I was here the first week because I had my Nova, my Fox Body, my Skyline, 2 4-wheelers. And in the first week, I had the cops called on me 6 times.
6 times?
6 times. They called every day.
And what happened on the 7th day?
7th day, I sold all my cars, and it was Sunday. So I went out promptly at 7 o'clock in the morning and mowed my lawn. Just because. My name is Mitch Greene. I pretty much got into racing. It started off with my grandpa. He did circle track. He raced a 64 Impala. And then I moved to Ohio when I was younger, and I never was around it. My dad never did it. He likes cars, but he didn't as much like going fast, I think, since he had us. But he took me to a drag race event in National Trails, I think, when I was 14. And I was hooked ever since. And I just started off with Subarus and more imports, and I started to kind of dabble with that a little bit, and then I started watching Street Race Channel and watching what you guys and Brandon Hunt too. We got good friends with Brandon Hunt, and you guys both race, and I saw what you were doing with V8s, and I was like, this is insane. Like, they can do wheelies on the streets. Like, it will do that. Like, you can actually do that. And so I started watching that, and I built my Skyline, and I ended up getting into an accident with it. And then I had my insurance money, so I found that LS. I was like, well, at first I like drifting. I was like, oh, we'll try this out. I ended up buying that car, and I tried racing one time, and I raced Zach Becker my first race, and I think it was his first race back with his new motor, and I beat him. I was really surprised about that, because that's another one of the kids, like, I saw their cars when I was in, middle school.
Right.
And, going into high school, and I was just like, man, I really, really want that. And here I am, one of those kids that was kind of like, the first to do it around me, and I beat him. I was like, that's insane. And so I just kept trying it, and I made some more friends, and he invited me to a couple events, and I think we were in one with you. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much it. I haven't been in it very long. I've really only had last season was my first racing thing. I think when I raced with you guys was my 3rd race.
Yeah, you got bit by the bug hard in the last year or so.
Yes, extremely.
So what is your plans with this car?
I pretty much just want to, make a crack into the small tire class, kind of do what you guys, just because I've always watched you and, Eric Mans and all you guys run the small tire classes, and, it looks like you guys have a blast.
It's a lot of fun.
So plus I want to do
it's a lot of money too.
Yeah. It got a nice $1,500 transmission. It's sitting over here.
Yeah.
Thanks. But
well, I mean, a 240 should be a good platform, to go fast with a turbo LS and lightweight.
Yeah, luckily we have, an example over there. We know what that car does. We know what it makes. So it's pretty much the similar setup. Stock front suspension is really all. And then I've got a set of coilovers on the back. Nothing nice or anything yet, just really, really basic.
Now, these cars, they solid rear axle, or are they independent?
Nope, they're independent. I run bone stock axles. That one has J30s. This one has just literally bone stock S14 axles. So
we're gonna test all the weak links.
Yep, I've been stockpiling them just to do it, because I'm too lazy to hub swap it. I'm pretty much just going to be following any schedule, looking on Facebook constantly, just trying to find that next race. Hopefully I get invited to some. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
But pretty much just anything I can find, I'm going to do every single weekend until this thing blows up. and then I'll
And then-
rebuild it again,
Rebuild it.
and then I'll blow it up again. So, until I win something, that'll be cool.
Winning is the best. What's up, guys? So it is Tuesday here. We just had a long weekend, ready to get back to work this week and start getting some progress on this S-10. We're headed to pick up the transmission today from Vickers, and after that, or before that actually, I have to go take a bunch of shirts and hoodies to the post office. That new Street Race Life design did pretty well, and I've got a huge box of shirts to take in there. So we're gonna get that done, and then we're gonna go to Vickers and pick up my transmission. He installed the new dump valve from Hughes. He installed the dump valve kit. My converter came in from Hughes the other day. They sent me a Pro SSX torque converter. Now we're just waiting on the Shortblock, and I got to get some valves to the machine shop so they can throw them in my heads, and the heads will be complete. Oh, and my carburetor is on its way back from California. It went up to CSU, and Kevin put metering blocks on it and switched it to methanol, and he gave us our old metering blocks back if we want to run E85. So we've got the option to switch back and forth if we want to, you know, street drive it. Turn on the radio. What are you looking at?
What the hell are you doing?
What do you mean?
Tommy's been back for like 20 minutes.
I was trying to find Reese's Pieces, but I could only find.
They're not Reese's Pieces.
Okay.
That's
Well,
not.
that says Pieces right there. So I found what you
That's
said.
not it. That's not Reese's Pieces. It's not Pieces. It's Pieces.
Piece. That's what you said. Pieces.
Those are Reese cups with Reese's Pieces in them. That's not what I asked for. How simple a job can I give you? A bottle of
They
Mountain
didn't
Dew
have the pieces.
and Reese's Pieces.
They didn't have the pieces. They only had the cups and pieces.
Reese's
in 'em.
Pieces.
Jesus Christ, I can't believe it.
You fucking. That's how you say it.
That's not. No, it's like Reese's Feces. Feces. You know what feces are? It's not
didn't
Reese's
have those
Pieces. It's Reese's Pieces.
Well, he said, "Can you go in there and get me a Dew and some Reese's Pieces?"
That's not what I
That's what
said.
you fucking said.
That's not.